Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Borify Reviews here back at it again with my review for this SimGot EW300. This is one of SimGot's newest releases along with the Supermix 4 and the EM10. But unfortunately, I wasn't provided with those IEMs for me to review. But it's okay. Kasi anong tawag doon? We are really grateful that SimGot is um, noticing us, okay? I'm still amazed na SimGot really trusted us for us to review, or for me rather, to review the EW300. So thank you SimGot for providing this unit to me. As usual, lahat naman ng reviews ko is lagi siyang honest to the core para win-win sa ating lahat and less hassle sa ating lahat, okay? Oo. So, si SimGot EW300, or what I have here rather, is the standard edition of the EW300. As of now, and as far as I know, there are three versions of EW300, namely the EW300 Standard Edition, the EW300 HBB Collab. I would love to try that as well. And the EW300 DSP, which is yun naman is naka-USB dock. Naka-USB dock siya na EW300. Okay? So, what I have here is the EW300 Standard Edition again. Okay? So, this is one of the meta or the one of the meta or one of the trends in the Chi-Fi market as of today, wherein companies tend to experiment on driver configurations. The EW300 sports that as well. Kasi itong EW300 is my 1DD, 1 planar, and 1 piezoelectric, which is unusual when compared sa IEMs na audition or na review ko before, even nitong lately, na wherein ang ang configuration is usually 1DD, 2 planar, 2DD, 2 planar, 'di ba? Or 1BA, 3DD, mga ganyan. Ito by far, ito yung parang pinaka uncommon na audition ko so far. Oo. Na-review ko rather. Yan, yung kasi meron siyang planar and meron siyang piezoelectric. Oo. I guess that is the one of the most uncommon na na-review ko aside sa SPD ni Kinera. And apparently yung planar drivers ni Kiwi Ears Kanta, which is a MEMS driver, I believe, based dun sa findings ni OB Audio. So I would like to thank OB Audio for that one. He's a good friend of mine na nagre-review din. Okay? So ito yung box ng SimGot EW300, and yung motif niya is quite different. It is very different when compared sa EW200 series, EA500 series, wherein meron siyang like yung mga, do you call this? Meron siyang like yung mga physicist, mga physicist yung mga nilalagay nila doon, or like mga animals like yung shark sa EW200, the Fermat sa EA2000, I believe, basta yung mga yun, mga physicist, which whereas this one, it is quite different. And at first, hindi mo alam kung ano yung like yung parang pinaka-concept nila unless na lang na babad ka sa series or napanood mo yung Love, Death, and Robots. This is heavily influenced by that one. I'm not sure if it is official na yun talaga yung pinagkuhaan ng inspiration, but it does scream a lot na Love, Death, and Robots. Even sa logo, as you can see, wala lang yung bungo. More of like Love and Death lang talaga. And I love it. I kinda dig it. Meron siyang like cyberpunk-ish vibe to it. Yung motif na yan. It is, kahit ano, even though inspired siya, it is still uncommon. At least sa audiophile or sa IEM space, at least, di ba? So, ayan ulit, EW300, 1DD, 1 planar, 1 piezoelectric. Ayan yung pagkaka-arrange yung driver niya, as you can see. Diba? Yan, diba? Yan yung 6 planar magnetic. Yep. And ayan yung target niya. Of course, based dito sa FR graph, even though I'm not reading FR graphs or like parang dissecting them, it still follows the usual, what do you call this? It still follows the usual SIMGOT house sound, but I'll explain it later, okay? So sa accessories, it is still your bog standard SIMGOT, SIMGOT EW series or even EA series types ng accessories. So meron tayong ditong case. It is your usual bog standard case, nothing too fancy. And ayun, yung mga kasama niya, yung O-rings na kasama, meron ding mesh filters. So these were highly requested nung nilabas yung EA500. Kasi people love modding that one. Even si OB Audio, a friend of mine, love that one. And ito yung kasamang nozzle, which is my cool pink color to it. Yeah, I'll explain kung ano yung difference nito sa nakakabit na pre-installed. So there's that, and the ear tips. Sa price niya, which is under 4,000 pesos or under 5,000 pesos, I wouldn't complain sa accessories, but yes, people will definitely ask for more about this one. They will definitely ask for another set of ear tips, for another set of, like, let's say, replacement nozzles, diba? For a better cable. Kasi nga naman, they're paying the same price. Oo, tapos SIMGOT claims that this is an upgrade or this is a better over those or more of a different flavor when compared to those. So people are people naturally will ask if there is something na mas bago. To me, I have no problems with it, but most people, even yung mga nakausap ko, they wanted something more out of it in terms of accessories pa lang, ha. Okay, so wala pa tayo sa iba. So ito yung cable itself. As you can see, it's nothing too fancy. This same sila ng EM6L, EA500, EA500LM. So same. And here is the IEMS itself. Ayan, as you can see, 'di ba? This is just like the EW300, EA500, even the EM6L. Black nga lang siya, kaya lang hindi halata. This is a very smudge and scratch prone. Very smudge and scratch prone na they call this, na finish. So you can see, 'di ba? Kahit anong punas ko diyan, nagkakaroon talaga siya. It is very unavoidable. However, yung sa I believe yung sa EW300 na HBB and yung DSP edition, I believe meron matte yung finish nun. So it's a nice touch. Even though hindi ko pa siya na-audition, nakita ko lang sa internet yung pictures. Pero ayan, as you can see, it still has the EW200 shape. Pero yun nga, iba lang yung design. Diba? Love and death. Wala lang robots. But yeah, you get the reference if you do. And as you can see, diba? Ayan yung design niya, yung heart, which is love, and this one is death. Paano ko nalaman na love and death siya? Aside sa nanood ako ng Love and Death Robots years ago, sa design din ng box, you will see it. Yan, diba? Hindi lang nilagay na death, of course, for marketing purposes, but that is love and that's death. Okay? So, punta na tayo sa fit and comfort. Fit and comfort, if hindi ka nagka-problema sa EW200, sa EA500, sa EA500LM, it means na hindi ka rin magkakaproblema dito. Same ballpark lang sila ng fit and comfort. Same goes sa EM6L. They are nearly the same in terms of fit and comfort. Okay? Sa drivability, yun nga, I believe this is the newest generation ng planar drivers na mas madali na sila ma-drive over the traditional big chunky planar drivers, yung mga 14mm, 12mm yan. I believe this is 6mm, sabi din kanina. Yep, 6mm annular planar magnetic driver, 'di ba? So along with the Kiwi Ears Kanta, kaya pala sila like madali ma-drive despite of them being a planar set is kasi ibang type ng planar yung ginamit nila. So para siyang sa pagkakaintindi ko sa mga nabasa ko sa internet, think of it as like a SPD or square planar driver ng Kinera before. But this one is may mga onting refinements, depende sa brand, of course, and depende sa IEM itself. MEMS ata yung driver na tawag dyan. I may be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. If you want to dig deeper about it, you may seek a bit of research sa internet or sa mga audiophile groups because they explain it better than me. Okay? So, yung akin guess lang. Kasi, I don't really dive that much sa mga drivers and such. If it sounds good, kahit na 1BA pen or 1DD, it sounds good. Yun lang yung philosophy ko behind it. Okay? So, anong tunog netong EW300 since madali siya ma-drive, 'di ba? Oo. Madali siya ma-drive for a planar, lalo na may piezo siya, may DD siya. So, anong tunog ng Tribrid na SIMGOT EW300? Well, ang tunog ng SIMGOT EW300 is a big, I wouldn't call it an upgrade, like yung big night and day upgrade, but yes, it is still an upgrade, but more of a different flavor when compared sa EA500 series and EW200 series. Okay? This still falls within the same mild U-shaped sound signature, but mas leaning na to sa warm. Ayan. Mas leaning na to sa warm sound signature. Actually, mas malapit pa siya sa EM6L when in terms of characteristics sa tunog compared sa EA500 and EW200 pag pinagkumpara. Oo. So, yun. Definitely a different flavor and will cater more ears. Oo. Kasi ano nga siya warm na siya, thick. Oo, yung bass niya, ayan, sige, start na tayo sa bass. Yung bass niya is warm, thick, elevated, anong tawag doon, na medyo nasa rumbly side, so sub-bassy yung dominant niyang bass dito. As for the speed, mabilis pa rin naman since this is a planar driver and at the same time, natimpla nila ng maayos kasi hindi siya sobrang bilis na hindi kulang. If I were to nitpick really, like yung big nitpick talaga, it would be the mid bass. Gusto ko pa sana ng parang additional texture, additional details sa mid bass para magkaroon siya ng detail, of course. Yun, para hindi siya magtunog monotonous at times. Pero ayun nga kasi hindi naman siya like yung ikakasira or ikaka-make or break ng IEM na to kasi it is fine, oo. It's just that na sub-bass dominant tong IEM na to when it comes sa bass. So walang problem sa bass, it is thick. If tatanungin ako kung like pasok ba siya sa bass heads, well, ma-enjoy nila, oo. But yung mga diehard talaga, probably will want something na a bit more elevated. Actually, yung HBB edition sa base sa mga nakita kong findings sa internet has that. Pero ayun nga, itong standard edition, baka makulangan sila sa quantity. Yung mga diehard bass heads talaga. Pero yung mahilig lang sa bassy, goods. Maganda yung bass na itong EW300 for them. Kahit anong kanta, merong bass doon. It's not in a bad way, ha. Pumipirme naman yung bass niya whenever na hindi need. Okay, which brings us sa mids. Yung mids nito, it is mildly recessed. Okay, sorry. Mildly recessed siya na may additional warmth to it. May slight mid-bass bleed para maging makapal yung tunog. Lalo na sa lower mids. Lalo na dun sa lower mids. Nadagdagan yung kapal niya noticeably. Well, at least sa tenga ko sa EW300. So may additional na kapal siya, smooth of course, pero nandun pa rin naman, may sufficient detail pa rin naman siya. Actually hindi nalalayo yung level ng detail and level ng quality niya sa EA500LM when it comes sa mids. Ano lang talaga, sabihin natin mas slightly open yung EA500LM sa mids kasi syempre bright yun. So parang ayun nga, mas open at the same time at the cost of the note weight or at the cost of the weight ng mids, yung kapal ng mids naman, mas mas manipis when compared dito. Okay? So, mamaya na yung comparison. Muna na tayo sa upper mids. Yung upper mids, yun, naremedyohan nila yung kino-complain ng mga sensitive yung tenga sa SIMGOT IEMs. Particularly sa EW200 and sa EA500 series. Kasi, peaky yung upper mids niya. Nagkakaroon ng mild sibilance sa sibilant prone tracks. But dito, they kept it at the very minimal up to the point na parang hindi ko na napapansin na sibilant talaga or may sibilance talaga. Parang wala nga sa tenga ko and sa mga pinagamitan ko nito. Wala talagang sibilance at all. For me to recommend this sa mga very sensitive yung tenga sa excessive upper frequencies. However, I do like to take note that this have the driver quirks that I've been telling sa mga IEMs na naipadala sa akin recently, since this has the planar and the piezoelectric driver. So bale meron siyang certain planar sheen, even piezoelectric sheen or piezo timbre na parang may pitik dun sa mga consonants usually, o sa mga upper frequencies. Hindi siya gaano like naglilinger katulad ng BA timbre. Oo, lalo na like for example sa Etymotic ER3SE ko na medyo naglilinger siya, or sa Kiwi Ears Kanta na na-review ko lately na medyo naglilinger siya. No, dito yung characteristics or yung quirks ng driver niya is walang problem doon on that regard, ha. Walang problem doon. They kept it at a very minimal for me to actually notice it. Na-notice ko na lang yun nung nakita ko yung configuration niya, kasi I really don't look at the yung configuration ng IEMs, unless na lang na may magtanong sa akin na, "Hey Orify, hey Hurley, ma-review mo ba to?" Kasi yung katulad sa Kanta, kaya lang naman na bring up sa akin yung Kiwi Ears Kanta, it is because sinabi nila na may dalawang planar driver per side, and may which is sa sa book ko, sa vocabulary ko, it is kinda uncommon. Oo, like yun din yun nandito. Nalaman ko lang na may piezo siya. Nalaman ko lang na may planar siya nung tiningnan ko na yung specifications niya sa box. Oo. And yun sa internet, yun sa binigay sa akin link. Which is which is surprising to me, kasi hindi ko talaga malalaman at first until kasi madali ma-drive tong 'di ba? Madali ma-drive yung EW300, as all SIMGOT IEMs are. Kaya hindi ko siya nalaman na may planar siya at saka may piezo. So, that is a nice touch doon, SIMGOT. Kasi natuto talaga sila na na parang i-disregard yung mga planar timbre, yung piezoelectric sheen, kasi laging binabanggit yan ng mga do you call this, na mga hobbyists, na parang kaya pa daw anong tawag doon? Kaya pa daw i-improve or kaya pa daw mawala, 'di ba? Ayun. So, again, ang verdict ko sa upper frequencies nito, it is a really good set. They kept the quirks at a very minimum, very minimal lang talaga for me to recommend them kahit sa mga sensitive ang tenga. Oo. Hindi siya deal breaker, hindi siya bad thing. Oo, na magiging make or break ng IEM na to. No, not at all. But kaya ko lang sinasabi is para hindi mabigla yung mga taong like mag-audition nito o bibili nito. Okay? Now, as for the treble, yung treble niya, in a SIMGOT fashion, it still has the air, it still has the extension, it still has the presence to it, pero hindi siya kasing present ng mga SIMGOT IEMs na bright. Like for example nga, yung EW200 and yung EA500 LM, yung EA500 itself din. Hindi siya parang ganun na alam mo yun, yung parang prominent talaga, or yung parang super airy na parang very, alam mo yun, yung bawat paghinga is maririnig mo talaga na parang may singhal, may hangin, yun. No, hindi siya ganun. But at the same time, hindi rin siya like yung bright or dark na dark. Hindi siya bright or dark actually. Well extended naman siya. Well extended siya, wala siyang anything harsh or anything offensive, walang piercing. Very safe, but at to the point lang na parang present siya. Oo, hindi siya subdued to me, ha. Oo, but do take note, mahilig ako sa neutral at times. Mas prefer ko ang bright set. So alam ko yung parang threshold ko kung hanggang saan lang yung masasabi kong dark talaga and yung sakto. And sa case ng EW300, sakto. I love it. I love it actually. Yung detail retrieval, it is above average to excellent. As all SIMGOTs are, na-master na nila talaga to. So, yung mga nuances, yung mga micro details, walang problem dito sa SIMGOT EW300 for its price. Tandaan nyo, ang price nito is under $100 USD. So, ayun, kung halimbawa galing ka sa like let's say $1,000 USD na IEM na highly technical, probably makikita mo, ay ano ba yan, Orify, ang hirap ang hirap marinig, kailangan ko pa mag-concentrate sa details, ganito ganyan dito sa EW300. Malamang you are galing ka sa literal na 1,000 USD IM. Sure, one can say na wala naman sa price yung batayan, pero syempre manufacturers tend to give their all based dun sa budget na hinihingi nila. Oo, so most IEMs na under 1,000 USD within or above 1,000 USD, malamang sa malamang they are very detailed kahit na hindi sinabing for technical listening sila and such. Okay? Oo, and ayun nga, it is pretty dumb for me na mag-compare ng 1,000 USD sa under 100 USD. So, there's that, okay? Oo. Now, punta tayo sa technical performance. Sa technical performance, yep, this goes one of the best sa books ko under 100 USD again. Maganda lang talaga yung technical performance nito. It is well done. Sure, yung stage niya is still yung usual bug standard SimGOT wide stage. Pero well layered siya, malinis naman, maganda yung height and depth. No problems with that. Yung separation and layering, it is well done. Oh, well done. Walang problems din doon. However, to me parang medyo like flat yung pagkakasinsin ng separation at layering niya. When compared sa set na meron ako. I'll explain it later. And syempre, yung imaging niya, walang problems doon. Dead precise. Even sa games, wala kang magiging problem when it comes doon sa yun sa niya, sa pagiging masinsin or pagiging precise niya. Even sa mga bosses, sa instruments. Actually, kahit nga yung weapons yung like yung pag binato ka ng flash grenade, maririnig mo talaga kung saan binato No, it is a really, really good thing. Okay? Now, iano na natin yung itong itong nozzle na to, itong gold na to. So, anong effect nito? What is the effect of this nozzle sa EW300? Well, in a nutshell, it makes the EW300 more smoother and warmer. Yan. Nagiging mas warmer yung EW300 kapag nakalagay yon yung nozzle filter na yon. Oo. Tapos, ayun, mas nagiging smooth, mas nagiging thick din actually. Mas nagiging chunky yung bass niya. Oo, tas yung treble niya, wala naman din ganong epekto actually. Mas kumapal yung mids, mas nag-subdue ng konti yung mids, pero onti lang naman. Hindi naman like super different when compared sa stock. But at the same time, to me, natapyasan yung niya yung technical performance, yung pagiging masinsin niya sa separation, layering, medyo natapyas yun. Parang nagdikit-dikit when compared dun sa pre-installed na stock nozzle. Ayun nga, nawala yung niya, yung planar timbre, yung piezo timbre, yung driver quirks. But at the same time, nabawasan din yung technical chops niya. Parang ito yung situation ng ER2SE ng Etymotic and ER2XR ng Etymotic. Sa ER2XR, to me, medyo dikit-dikit na yung tunog niya, kahit na driven properly naman yun. Both are driven properly by that time na narinig ko yun. Oo. Dun sa XR. Probably dahil dun niya sa kapal ng tunog niya. Dahil mas makapal yung tunog niya versus sa SE. While yung SE, hindi naman siya super nipis. Actually, depende sa fit yun I never found Etymotic to be lean talaga. So, it really depends. Pero ayun nga, when compared dun, mas maganda yung ER2 SE to my ears. Hopefully magkaroon ako ulit nun. But anyway, i-compare na natin siya sa mga kapareho niyang sets. Pareho niyang sets under 100 USD. Though walang hala akong ibang like tribrid dito, pero meron naman yung magkakapareho or relevant yung driver configuration. Okay? So, yung una natin ko compare is yung Sivgake. Yung Sivgake, when compared dito, is mas laid back, mas warmer. Pero yung EW300 is mas smoother. Ayan. Sa technical performance, EW300 is better. No ifs and buts doon. Lalo na sa separation and layering. Mas better lang talaga yung EW300 doon. Okay? Pero syempre, wala namang driver quirks ang Sivgake kasi 1DD lang siya and beryllium pa yung DD. So, ayun, wala namang quirks talaga na nag-stand out to me. Okay? In terms of yung yung kasama accessories, dun bawi yung Sivgake. Maganda, premium. Even yung driver finish, it is premium talaga, sleek and elegant. Oo, pero ayun nga, focus tayo sa sound. Okay, daw punta tayo sa yung Touch Gym for You na do you call this, na naka-monitoring. Well, obviously, yung Touch Gym for You na naka-monitoring mode, yung sub-bass nun talaga, heavy yung roll-off nun. And magtutunog lata talaga siya pag hindi nyo trip yung tunog nun. So, kasi sobrang thin talaga. But at the same time, yung mids, angat, of course, less color din, of course. Pero manipis. Same go sa treble, pero hindi naman pa rin bright. Sa technical performance, bawi yung EW300 doon. In most aspects, except na lang siguro sa imaging kasi they are about the same doon. And mas madali din ma-drive itong EW300. Okay? Napunta tayo next sa all this. Okay. Dito sa Rose Techniques Star City 5 Pro. Si Star City 5 Pro is a well-balanced set. Actually, one of my favorites ngayon na ginagamit ko almost daily. Oo. It's just that mas warmer when compared yung yung EW200 when compared sa Star City 5 Pro. So, si Star City 5 Pro is a more balanced, matured yung tuning na mas versatile. Oo. Hindi naman siya aggressive pero hindi rin siya laid back. So, in between siya. Wala rin, ayun nga, may BA timbre si Star City 5 Pro, pero katulad rin siya ng EW300 na very minimal lang naman talaga, na hindi nakapagpasira ng experience dun sa pakikinig. Okay? Sa technical performance, ayun, yung slightly difference nila na sinasabi ko kanina is yung layering ng Star City 5 Pro is, alam mo yun, parang 3D. May 3D effect siya, yung parang merong nasa taas talaga, merong nasa farthest, merong nasa gitna, merong nasa baba, merong nandito sa harap mo, ganun. Yun yung, like, yung hinahanap kong type ng layering. Well, din naman siya sa imaging. Like, connected siya sa imaging, pero hindi, alam mo yun, magkaiba sila eh. Magkaiba sila, kasi yung layering to me, anong tawag doon? Ayun yung parang pagkakasinsin, or yung yung pagkaka-layer ng instruments and ng boses sa isang kanta. Iba pa yun sa imaging na yung position talaga. I don't know if I'm making sense, pero ayun yung pagkakaintindi ko kasi sa separation and layering. While etong si EW300, more of nasa flat yung presentation niya when it comes dun sa separation and layering. Okay? Even sa soundstage actually. Wide siya pero flat. And like dito, mas immersive talaga itong Star City 5 Pro when compared dito. So, does that mean na the EW300 is not a better IEM when compared sa Star City 5 Pro? Hindi. It is more of a different flavor lang talaga on which is which. Kasi both will perform really good. Kahit anong genre pa mo dyan, nakadepende na lang talaga kung anong gusto mong tunog. Kung well-balanced ba, kung gusto mo yung warm na non-fatiguing, na hindi nako-compromise yung technicality. Sa yun, you do your pick regarding dyan. Okay? Tapos, compare naman natin siya sa, sige, may mga planers na. Kiwi Ears Kanta. Yung Kiwi Ears Kanta is mas V-shape, mas recess yung mids nun, mas less warmth din. And nandun din yung planar sheen. Sa technical performance, they are about the same actually, except na lang sa soundstage. Kasi mas malawak yung stage ng EW300 when compared. Sa Leisure SO8 naman, they are the same in terms of characteristics. Na warm, thick, except na lang na yung what do you call this, yung SO8 is mas angat yung mids niya. Nagmumukhang mid-centric yung mids noon when compared sa EW300. And kahit na pareho silang laid back ang tunog, smooth ang tunog, mas laid back yung EW300. Don't get me wrong, it is still in a good way pa rin naman. And you don't worry too much doon. In terms of drivability, well, si SO8 is a planar. So, planar is a planar na, ayun nga, nawala lang gaano yung planar timbre niya dahil dun sa ginawang technology ng Leisure. So, sa separation, layering, and imaging, mas better pa rin si SO8. But, hindi naman sobrang behind ng EW300. Actually, magkadikit lang sila. Sa soundstage lamang yung EW300. Okay? So, next ang compare naman natin. I don't know if fair pa ba, pero I do believe it is fair pa rin. Sige, yung Heidi sa MP143. Yung MP143 is a wider set. Literal na grandeur yung soundstage nun. No questions doon. No qualms doon. Oo. Pero at the same time, yung timbre niya, even though, yun nga, medyo all-rounder naman na V-shape-ish, pero hindi siya kasing smooth ng EW300. Oo, hindi siya, even yung bass, of course, one planar lang yun eh. Planar ang ano eh, like yung 14mm, 13mm planar yung MP143 when compared sa EW300. So, it is quite predictable na ganun yung labas nun. Okay, so, sige, okay, magsasay lang naman, baka mas-spoil ko yung iba eh. But, yep. Okay, so anong verdict ko sa SIMGOT EW300? Definitely recommended for most people na nagtatanong sa akin ng matinong warm set under 5,000 pesos. No doubts doon. SIMGOT has always have this good track record of sa akin in the sense na technically wala naman siyang serious cons, depende dun sa preference mo ang SIMGOT in general. Sure, merong nagsasabi, even ako, na may time bring up ko yung BA timbre sa EM6L, I believe, sa yung upper frequencies, baka mas bright or baka peaky sa iba, yun, sa EA500 LM and sa EA500, EW200. But, if like papaganahin natin yung preferences mo, it isn't really a problem. Mamimili ka na lang talaga kung hanggang saan yung tolerance mo or kaya mong i-handle na brightness. Or na tunog nung IEM na yon. Okay? So, ayun, highly recommended itong SIMGOT EW300 sa kahit sino. Actually, yes, sa kahit sino. Even dun sa mga like, what do you call this? Sa mga treble heads, sige, I'd recommend the EW300. But, don't expect na parang mataas or bright yung EW300. Kaya ako na-recommend siya kasi alam kong hindi kayo magkakaroon ng fatigue sa EW300. That is for sure. Kahit nasa babaran pa kayo. As long as na reasonable yung volume nyo ha. Siyempre, wag nyo naman sadyain na like mataas kasi madali na nga madrive yan eh. Pero if you want like something bright, edi doon ka sa yung sibling niya, yung EA500 LM, kasi yun talaga yung bright. Both of them actually have same technical performance. Magkaiba lang talaga sila ng refinement or ng forte. Kasi si EA500 LM, bright yun. Definitely nasa brighter, colder side siya. While si EW300, nasa laid back, warm, cozy side siya. Okay? Nandun siya. So, it really depends dun sa preference mo na talaga yun. Okay? So, again, highly recommended ang EW300. It goes sa one of the best na kaya kong i-recommend this 2023 under $100. Okay? Speaking of under 100 USD, here's the thing pala. Nakalimutan ko siya i-bring up kanina. Kaya I believe I won't be making a tier list this year. Bakit? Kasi most of the sets na na-audition ko and pinadala sa akin are really good for their respective price point. There's no point for me to create a tier list once again kasi wala na gaanong bad. There's no such thing as a bad IEM ngayon as long as na chine-check mo yung mga reviews. Walang like yung bad in terms of sound ha. Wala na gaano ngayon. Lahat ngayon medyo acceptable na kasi most IEMs are targeting or following the same target, the same Harman target. So in a nutshell, for most people it is good. Nagkakatalo na lang talaga sa technical performance, nagkakatalo na lang sa accessories, sa fit, sa synergy sa pairing mo ng IEMs mo. Doon na lang siya nagkakatalo, but apart from that, wala nang problem doon. Kaya I don't see myself creating a tier list for this year kasi all of them are good and all of them are commendable. Up to the point, may nagsabi pa nga sa akin na shield ako eh. Na I was a shield daw kasi most of the IEMs that I've been reviewing, laging good ng remarks ko. It isn't my fault na pinapadala nila ako ng IEM na good sa pandinig ko and sa pandinig ng mga pinapahiraman ko neto dito. So, ayun, I won't be making a tier list for this year. But that doesn't mean na sinukuan ko na yung tier list. Naghanap lang talaga ako ng certain niche na pwede kong i-tier list actually. Na meron akong well-rounded or good enough experience for it. But well, that is for another video. That ends my review for the SimGot EW300. Again, I would like to thank SimGot for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest, very transparent review. As usual, win-win. Para win-win tayo lagi. Laging honest ang review ko. Wala akong kinakat. Wala akong pinopromote na hindi ko na audition or na parang binayaran ako. No. I don't do paid reviews. I only do honest reviews na walang pilitan. Okay? And the next review, since pinadalan tayo, is the Kiwi Ears. Kiwi Ears KE4. Yan. And the Kiwi Ears Allegro Mini. I will do a double review for this one kasi I believe na yung synergy and pairing nila fits so well actually. With the Kanta actually, yung Kiwi Ears Kanta, it still fits so well doon. It really fits well. Oo. Ang nakakatuwa lang. It is very interesting. Anyways, okay, see you on the next one.